Wanted to know, should artists be held to the standard of their first project for their entire career? So, you know, fans are very nostalgic. I want the old Kanye. We've heard a lot of rappers, including Jay, if you want my old shit, buy my old albums. Is this an unfair standard, or should we be expecting our artists to get better with every project?
I expect an artist to progress. I don't know. What are we talking about in terms of getting better?
Those are two independent statements. You can make an album totally different from your debut and progress. I think it has to do with fans more so being married to a sound. Kanye, out with the exception of Yeezus, and some people did like Yeezus, I did not. With the exception of Yeezus,
trash.
Kanye always has delivered phenomenal albums. We still want to hear old Ye.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, that's why it's a tricky question. I think it's just a nostalgia thing with fans.
Like, I mean, as an artist, I don't want to hear old Ye now.
Well,
like,
old Ye doesn't exist anymore.
Kanye has grown. He's not that same person.
Oh, you don't want to try to make old Ye.
That he's grown.
No, he's changed. If you want to say grown or whatever,
he's changed
but
a lot.
He's changed. I wouldn't want him to make a disingenuous album trying to chase a sound. Whatever you want now, let's hear it. You know what I mean? If you still, if you're on that type of lane and you've grown in that lane, let's hear that. If you want some other shit, let's hear that too. But I want to hear something genuine. So definitely, I like to see the progression of an artist. I hate the artist who seems or seemingly is trying to make their first album again, because that was the one that fans gravitated towards.
Who's done that recently? You know why you think? Because that's just a random question. Why you think? I'm having this kind of issue currently with Miguel. Kaleidoscope Dreams.
Great.
Arguably the best R&B album to come out that year. The next album was, Waves was on it. It sounded like he was trying to do part two, because I love Miguel, part two of Kaleidoscope Dreams. Didn't necessarily work out that way, even though Coffee is one of the best songs ever made. Now here we are, I'm hearing Miguel and Travis Scott together, and y'all know how I feel about these Travis Scott collaborations. So I'm still kind of waiting to hear Kaleidoscope Dream Miguel. I don't know if that's my fault or his, honestly.
It's the same thing with me and Frank Ocean. Like I'm married to that. Was it Nostalgia Ultra? Like that's
classic.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear from him. So when he comes and he does Channel Orange, and then of course he comes to Blonde, and then like.
But so that's where it gets weird, right? How are you supposed to progress if some fans just want to hear that old sound? So Frank Ocean, some people try to experiment, it doesn't go well. I thought he did an excellent job of pivoting, but not going too far from the Frank that we love.
And you know what? And since we had The Weeknd as like the asset up there, I think a lot of people criticize The Weeknd now because when The Weeknd started, he had a very seemingly anti-commercial sound. Like he was not chasing any type of pop success, but of course with people clamoring to his music, and of course he had like a song or two that kind of made it out that bubble. He became a superstar. So now when he's making his album, he makes Starboy, he's gonna have these records that's meant to be pop.
You know, let me say something about The Weeknd though. The Weeknd, I think, everything you just said is correct, but The Weeknd, I think, is one of the very few people that seamlessly made the transition from really, really, really dark music to what I call dark pop music. Earn It, dark as a fuck. I Can't Feel My Face is about doing coke.
And then he gets to Daft Punk.
So I mean,
yeah.
The Weeknd still. And I guess that's to Nadeska's point. I don't mind whatever you are doing creatively if you are being true to yourself and what you want to do. Kanye, and I keep going back to Kanye because he's one of the uncanny instances where every album is different and you don't know where he's going. People don't do that. Now, unfortunately, most of our artists acquiesce to what they think the fans want to hear from them, what the fans want to see from them. So, and when that happens, normally we can tell. We can tell that music is not really true to you, i.e. Bryson Tiller's second album. Sounds like, I don't know, he was really trying to give the fans what he thought they had wanted, even though that sound was too late now. You know what I mean?
All right, you're asking me to think about artists. Could we consider 50 Cent in that type of lane where the artist is trying to maybe recreate their previous or earlier works with every project they've put out? I mean, after...
I wouldn't say that about 50.
I mean, by the time we got to like Before I Self-Destruct, It felt like he was trying to recreate the energy, the feel that he had like 5-6 years ago.
I think 50 is an interesting example. If we're talking about artists and evolution, you don't agree with this at all?
I don't agree that 50, I don't agree with what the statement. I don't agree that 50 was chasing an earlier sound of his in music. By the time we got to Before I Self-Destruct, we was all 50, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Do you feel like he's evolved since then?
100%.
What was
In
Ammo
music?
Ambition and...
No. See,
Yeah, we're
when you
talking
talk-
musically.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's where I'm gonna exit that conversation. See, evolving to me in music is when you leave music. Because musically,
You just took it another step.
Yeah, no, I
musically 50, there's nothing to talk about. We all agree everything that happened with 50. But what I'm saying is the same thing I say all the time. 50 didn't let what I believe issues with Interscope stop him from doing all the things that he eventually went on to do. It didn't cut his lifespan short. That's what I mean. So musically, yeah, we agree. We agree.
Okay.
50, it wasn't the same. 50, yeah, maybe he was trying to recreate some of that same momentum, some of that same energy. Energy and momentum, I don't think sound. It's nothing about I Get Money that reminds me of anything earlier, you know what I mean? Ayo Technology, the fucking Neo record, like 50 continued to try to deliver records that sounded different. Maybe they just didn't connect, but I don't think he was chasing his earlier sound.
Well, I mean, in terms of the album cuts on Before I Self-Destruct, I think so. The production is different, like because of course he's now off Interscope, like he's moving a little bit different in terms of like I think he had a whole thing of producers could submit beats, so his production was way different. But like it felt like he was trying to get that tone that he had back then.
Okay.
What about people like Nas and Snoop, who just have such classic debut albums that I feel like fans forever want the old Nas or the old Snoop? They didn't pivot as hard as maybe The Weeknd, for example.
I've never heard that, but those are two exceptional. They're exceptions and not the rules. Those albums, Illmatic and Doggy Style, are probably two of the top 5 albums ever made. Top 10. So I mean, no, Doggy Style is definitely a top 5, and Illmatic. Those are 2 top 5 albums ever made.
That's what I'm saying.
We should do
Specific
that. The top
examples,
5 albums ever made
of all time?
in rap.
Will you prep for this episode?
There's a Tribe album that should be in there. Yeah, I'll prep for it. I probably can do it now.
I know, but then
I won't
later
do
you're
it
gonna
now.
say you forgot.
But
Yeah.
what was we talking about just now?
Nas and Snoop.
Nas and
Oh,
Snoop.
so yeah, I don't count them because Snoop is Snoop. Doggy Style, that's totally different. Illmatic, totally different. We're never getting any of those albums are encapsulated in time somewhere. Fans are just stupid for saying, hey, in 2017 we want Doggy Style Snoop. Really? That's not a very savvy fan.
True. Very
Pardon me.
true. All right, Pusha T. So we've been talking about his album King Push a lot. We've been waiting a while for it. And we got an update a few months ago. He told Complex that it was 85% done and that Kanye was producing most of the beats during Made in America Festival this weekend. He basically said he's done the album like 3 times already. So Kanye makes all the beats. He comes in, he hears it, he scraps it. I can do better. This sounds very Kanye. Are you excited for a full Kanye Pusha project? Because originally the Neptunes or Pharrell was supposed to produce this one.
And that's what I was excited about.
So you think because...
I don't know what happened there as to why that was no longer taking place, but I mean, Push is amazing and Kanye's amazing. So we've heard what that sounds like before. I would like to hear, we've heard Pharrell and Pusha too, but I still would like to hear it now. Again, back to the previous topic, I don't know if it's because of nostalgic reasons, I don't know if it's their old relationship, I don't know, but I would like to hear Pharrell and Push. This not even a story anymore when you say it. Yeah. Push says that Kanye, we know.
Yeah, that's just Kanye.
He has a meticulous approach to just making music. Yeah. If it wasn't this, it's definitely trash. This just gives me the peace of mind to know that it's going to be top-notch, well-produced, and whatever comes out that we eventually listen to, it'll be worth it.
And they're still not going to give him the credit he deserves because it's Pusha. So
yeah.
Underrated.
Yeah.
I think even if Kanye is executive producing, there could be at least one Pharrell cut. Was it Snitch on My Name Is My Name? I think Pharrell was with him on that one.
Yeah.
That was a great song.
Snitch.
So he might still be on the project.
My Name Is My Name was one of my favorite albums to come out that year.
What year it came out?
Underrated. Was it 2013?
14?
Was it? Damn old.
Shit.
Yeah, but
So
that might have been
like
14.
five
It might have been 14. It might have been 14. It wasn't 15.
I don't have it written anywhere. It was
But
a while.
that intro, that Ross record,
The whole thing.
Snitch, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. And know what happened? It came out, you fucking hip hop fickle fucks just left it
Yo,
alone.
what happened there?
Dumb. The fans. I'm telling you, that's why I'm sitting here, man. A nigga put his blood, sweat, and tears
Such a
into an album, and then you put the album out. The album sounds amazing.
I mean,
you did what you had to do.
He also went on a campaign around that time promoting it, saying, yo, listen, this is great product. Like, look
That
at
was
me.
the most that I have ever seen Push promote.
Yeah, he was like, look at
That
me.
project.
Yeah.
Man, these fucking fans,
shame.
they want a fucking
Darkest
good
Before
hip-hop.
Dawn was also really dope. Now we just have to see when we actually get this new one.